Hello guys, it's Julia here, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to wipe a hard drive. So the cases that you may want to do this is one, if there's sensitive data on it and you want to ensure that none of it can be recovered, which is why I'm doing it, because this computer belonged to someone in an insurance company and I want to make sure that none of their data is recoverable. Even though I'm not selling it, I still would rather do that just, to be safe. I actually did back up the factory recovery on this with making recovery media, so that way if I ever want to restore it in the future I can. But now that I've done that, I'm just going to wipe the drive entirely and zero it out so that there's no data left. And I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. So before I do that, I'm actually going to check the health of the hard drive, because you actually should, because if it's failing it could kill it with all those writes. Disk info 64, I'm just going to run that one. To check the health. Hopefully this drive isn't failing. I've not checked it before, but if it is, that's bad, because this could kill it. Okay, good. So this hard drive is not failing. It's a 320 gig drive. The power on count is pretty high. Power on hours is, say, 613 days. It doesn't show how much was written to it. Okay, for some reason my recording stopped and I actually booted to the USB, but luckily I noticed it wasn't recording, so I went back into Windows and back into here, because this is where I was, because apparently OBS stopped recording and I have no idea why, which kind of stinks. But basically I was saying that it doesn't show the writes, probably because it's a hard drive and some of them do not show it, or maybe not all of them show it, or maybe none of them show it, I'm not sure. I know on SSDs it shows it, but it's not showing it on the hard drive for some reason. But pretty much other than that, this hard drive is in good health, so we can wipe it. But basically the instances that you would want to wipe your computer like this with DBAN, which is what I'm going to be using, which is Derek's Boot and Nuke, and that does a very good job of wiping the data to make it irrecoverable. So that is why I'm using that. Obviously, the reasons: one, if there's personal information that you don't want to be recovered ever again. Two, if you're selling the computer and you don't want people trying to recover your data. Even though most people probably don't know how, it's still best that you do this before you sell your computer if you plan to, and then reinstall the operating system on it afterwards, so that they have an operating system at least, but they can't recover any of your files. So basically this is a very good utility. However, if the data is too sensitive and you have the money, I would recommend just destroying the drive entirely and then getting either a new hard drive or a new SSD. This computer actually, to be honest, probably wouldn't benefit much from an SSD, because it is an older computer from like 2011. So it probably is going to work completely fine with a hard drive, honestly. So I'm just going to keep a hard drive in this computer. I'm just going to run DBAN on it, so that way their data's gone. Although I know some companies require the drives to be physically destroyed, but that's only in some cases. But basically I'm going to be, doing this. So hopefully my recording does not stop this time, or that would stink. We're going to reboot into my Ventoy USB and we're going to start the process. So you got to find out what your boot menu key is. For me it's F12 on Toshiba, so I'm going to be doing F12 and booting into my Ventoy USB, which pretty much Ventoy allows me to have multiple ISOs on one USB. I did make a video on that a while back if you want to watch that. It's a pretty useful tool. So we're going to boot to my USB, which is listed, and then we're going to select the proper one. So we're going to select DBAN. I really should clean this out, because a lot of these ISOs I don't even use anymore. So again, this says, warning, the software irrecoverably destroys data, and it pretty much just says stuff here. Now, I'm just going to do enter to start it in an interactive mode, and it's going to have us select what drive we want to run DBAN on. This does take a few minutes to start, so I'm going to give it a few minutes. It shouldn't wipe my Ventoy, because it has you pick the drive you want to do it on, so that's good. Plus, it's a USB, so I really don't think you can run DBAN on a USB. But it did show up, though, but I'm not going to do that, obviously. That would probably kill the flash drive, to be honest, because it would put a ton of strain on it. And obviously, don't run DBAN on an SSD because write cycles exist. And also, if you get rid of the partition table entirely on an SSD and recreate it, the data is pretty much irrecoverable at that point because SSDs are different than hard drives because they're flash storage. So you can't really recover stuff easily if you overwrote the partition table on them, from what I've heard. So we're going to let this boot. I don't know how many passes I'm gonna run. It really depends on how sensitive the data is. Obviously, this will wipe the operating system. Keep that in mind. You will have to reinstall the operating system after this process. I can either use those recovery disks I made for the laptop so that I can have its factory install back, or I can just install a fresh copy of Windows through an ISO. Well, USB or DVD, but obviously USB flash drives, they're a lot faster than disk drives. I was going to restore the recovery media, although I might end up putting Windows 7 Enterprise on this, just because, so I can have it on my domain and such, and use it as a 7 system. I can join it on Pro as well, though, but they're pretty much, they're similar. But we're waiting for this. Okay, there we go. So we're in the thing, and it's having us selected. I really haven't used this program in a while. This is the drive we want to wipe, though. So, what are all these? What does F do? Or P? What is P? Oh. A random number generator. I really have no idea what this is. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I've not really used this program before. How do I get out of it? Escape, maybe? Or just hit enter. Method. So this is the methods of wiping. There's quick erase, but I wouldn't recommend it. It does it with zeros, but it only runs one round. I'd rather do more than one. Police Technical Security Standard. I don't know if I want to do a short one. Department of Defense short wipe. The Department of Defense standard wipe. This is the method by secure deletion of data. Solid state as well. This method fills a device with the stream file. It's probably the best method to use on a modern hard disk drive because of the encoding schemes. I don't know which method I should use. I could do this one. I might do that one, but I think this one they said is the secure deletion. But I think that one does like a ton of passes. I think that one takes the longest. I'm debating if I should do that one or this one. I'm gonna do one of them. This one does 8. This one does 35. Oh my goodness, I just noticed the passes. 35 passes. Oh my goodness. Should I do 35 passes, guys? I'm debating. I'm gonna do 35 passes just for the stinking heck of it. Let's do that one. Yes. Verify. What is V? V verify. Verify last pass. That's good enough. Rounds. That one round, because I'm not going to do 35 passes several times. Do I select this drive? Yes, wipe. I don't want to wipe the SanDisk. I want to wipe the Toshiba. So we have it selected, and I'm gonna push F10 to start 35 passes. Okay, F10. Let's start the wipe process in 3, 2, 1. There we go, guys. This is going to take hours, possibly days. I have no idea how long this takes. I've never done this. This is gonna be fun. Oh, it's on pass 1. But I'm doing the highest wipe just because I want to ensure no data is recoverable on this computer at all. Now, this may take a while though, and I don't know if that percentage is the total percentage or if that's only the percentage of the pass. But I guess we'll find out. I'll come back when this is done. I have no clue how long this is going to take though. This could take a while. This could take a long time. Wait, does that say it's gonna take 39 hours? Oh my goodness, is that in hours up there? Oh my goodness, this might take a while. So I'm just going to let it run for 39 hours, I guess. I'm not gonna keep recording this. I'm not going to record for 39 hours. But I will keep this recording, guys. Or not keep this recording, actually. I will come back when this is done, because this is gonna take 39 hours. And hopefully the drive doesn't kill itself after that. But if it does, I have other hard drives, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much if it does. But yeah, guys, I'll be back when this is done in like over a day. Okay guys, I decided to cancel that because the time kept going up and it said it was going to take like 51 hours, and I'd rather just do it a different way that would work better. So if I go to method, I'm just going to do the quick erase but add some passes to it. So I'm going to select the drive right there, the Toshiba. I'm gonna do rounds, and I'm gonna start with 3. I could do more again later, but I don't want to do them all at once because I don't want to, you know, kill the drive or have it get hot or whatever. I'm gonna do 3 passes, and I might do another 3 after, but I'm gonna start with 3, and I'm gonna push F10 to start. So let's do this in 3, 2, 1. Also, I don't know what the unrecognized device is, but we are wiping out this drive, and I just ended up, you know, why does it say 3 of 3? I'm so confused. I told it to do 3 rounds. How can it already be on the 3rd one? I don't know, but I'm gonna let this run. It should do its job, and I'm gonna put a fan on the laptop as well. And I feel like 35 was a bit overkill, especially because I'm not selling the computer, and even if I did, I wouldn't even give this drive anyway. I would get a different one, or get a new drive altogether, or give it with no drive, and destroy this one. So anyways, I will be back later. So guys, you guys can see that this DBAN I started, which I did do it a little bit differently, is about to end, and I'm gonna show you guys that right now, because I'm about to schedule another one because I decided to do it a bit differently. So at first I did the standard, but it ended up doing 1 pass. Then I did the short one with right now, which was 3. So in total we've done 4 passes. I plan to do 10 passes. So I'm gonna do the one that was 3 passes twice. I'm gonna schedule another round. So you guys can see it says it finished, and it says select a USB device to store logs. Now obviously we don't want logs. Now this is interesting. If I push 0, it literally brings up an ad. Yeah, I'm not even kidding, an ad. So pretty much I just turn the computer off. So that's what we're gonna do. And then I'm gonna boot it back up into that thing again. So F12. We're gonna do this again one more time. I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. So we're going to do DBAN one more time. Now, I should have told it to do that short pass one, the one that's 3 passes, I should have told it to do it 3 times. And then it would have been 10 passes. But I wasn't thinking, and I just did it for 1 round, so now I have to do it again for another 2. But this time I'm going to tell it to do 2 rounds, because 10 passes should be enough, honestly. The data is probably already irrecoverable as it is, so I think that'll be good. I'm also not selling the computer, and 35 passes was a bit overkill, and I don't want to kill the drive, and I don't want it to take a few days either, because the time kept going up, and it almost was like it was like at 2 days, over 2 days, which is a really long time. So anyways, I'm gonna let this boot up and come back. Alright guys, so we are back, and we are back in this. Now I'm gonna show you guys what I did. So first, obviously, we don't need to go to tell it, well, we wanted to wipe this one. Method. Now, I did DOD short, and this does 3 passes. This one does 7. Let me go back up. I accidentally went down too far. This one does do 7, but I just found it easier to do, you know, this one. I did the quick erase once, but it doesn't allow multiple rounds, as you can see it says, and I didn't realize that. So this one probably does, so we're gonna do that one again. Oops, I somehow unselected it. And then we're going to do R for rounds, and we're going to do 2. So that means that would be 6 wipes, well, 6 passes. So now I'm gonna hit enter, and now we selected 2 rounds on the DOD short. So now what we're gonna do is push F10 to start the wipe process again, and it's going to do 2 rounds of the DOD short. I'm gonna let this run overnight. I'm pretty sure it's still going to be running when I wake up, probably, because it took 6 hours to do 3 passes, meaning it's probably gonna take 12 hours to do 6 passes. But after that, we should be good to go. It should be wiped enough, and that's pretty much what I'm doing in this video. So I'll stop the video and come back in probably 12 hours when this is finished, or right when it's about to be finished, if I'm there to watch it. We'll see. But although I think it says the times anyway, if I miss it. So we can determine from that how long it took, if it does finish before then. But it'll probably still be running by the time I wake up. I bet it'll still be going. Hopefully we'll be on round 2 by that point, most likely. Because it'll probably finish around 6 a.m. on the first round. And I wake up around 8, so it'll probably be on like the 2nd pass, maybe on the 2nd round, maybe the 1st if I wake up a bit earlier. We'll see. But anyways, guys, I'll be back when this is, you know, done. Alright guys, so I'm back. It just finished a few minutes ago. I started this last night closer to midnight, and now it's 10 in the morning, although I think the times are 2 hours ahead on this computer, because it says it was started at 1:37, but it was started I think at 11:37, and it ended at 10 in the morning. So it took about 9 hours, because I think each, well, 9 hours, that's about, if we did 6 passes, and it took 9 hours, that means each one took a little over 2 hours, each, pass to complete. And so yeah, I think that's how it is. So we're going to push 0, because we don't need to save any logs. Plus, I don't even know which letter you would do. And we're back to this add again. So we're going to turn the computer off, and this time I'm going to unplug the drive. We're not going to do any more DBANs. We did enough DBANs. Oh, I heard it hard shut down. Okay, so now I'm going to press the power button without the drive, and we're going to see what it does. Is it going to show the ad? Is it going to say there's no boot device? What's it going to do? Okay, so it looks like it's trying to boot. No bootable device. Insert boot disk and press any key. So basically, it did wipe it. It didn't put any ad. It just completely wiped the drive. So it looks like we are safe now to install an operating system on this computer because the drive is wiped now entirely. There's no data. It shouldn't be recoverable. We did 10 passes. I'm pretty sure that's enough. Plus, I'm not going to sell the computer anyway. I don't plan to, and if I ever do, I'm probably not going to even include this drive anyway because of, you know, that reason. I'll probably just store backups or whatever on it, honestly. But the data should be irrecoverable, so that's a good thing. So anyways, I may have a video in the future of installing 7 on it, maybe, but for now I'm just gonna not mess with it currently because I'm gonna work on some other things, but I will come back to this computer at a later point. I do start school soon, so I don't know how often I'm gonna have videos. I will try though. Might only be able to do them on weekends though. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and sorry for being a bit confused earlier in the beginning of this video. I've never used, DBAN in a really long time, or I don't even know if I've ever used it, and I had to figure it out myself, but we figured it out, and now I know how to do it. I wouldn't really recommend 35 pass unless it's like super duper 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 sensitive, because it will take days. And I find it easier just to do multiple rounds of a different pass or a different method, and it should do the job still, and hopefully not kill the drive. Anyways, thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.